This is Planning Your I Do from You Had Me at I Do. For over a quarter century, You Had Me at I Do has been helping couples say, I do. We bring more than 400 weddings of real-world experience as an officiant and a DJ, and this podcast is packed with what you, as the bride and groom, need to know, what you're wondering about, and what's keeping you up at night. No judgment, no fluff, just real answers and ideas for real planning. Here's today's episode.
Picture this. It's your wedding morning. You're in the makeup chair.
Oh, the best place to be.
Right. There's a mimosa somewhere in your general vicinity. The steamer is like hissing in the background, and you finally take a deep breath.
Just soaking it all in.
Exactly. And then your phone vibrates 14 times in 2 minutes.
Oh, no. We all know that feeling.
It is not an outpouring of congratulations, unfortunately. It's a rapid-fire sequence of texts from your guests. They're asking where to park, if their toddler can come to the reception, and, what time they actually need to be sitting in their seats.
It's literally the universal wedding morning soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just a chorus of notification chimes.
It really is.
And the thing is, those guests are not being thoughtless. They aren't trying to stress you out on purpose.
No, of course not.
They're just trying to get their weekend organized at the absolute last minute, and they view you as the ultimate source of truth.
Which, is incredibly flattering right up until the exact moment it makes you want to throw your phone into the nearest body of water.
Yeah, that flattery wears off real quick.
It does. And looking through the notes and the deep dive materials we pulled for today, one thing just becomes glaringly obvious. If you're answering those questions individually, like in text threads or in DMs or just shouting answers across a busy getting ready room, you are going to completely exhaust your social battery before you even put your outfit on.
Absolutely. Which brings us to the actual mission for today's deep dive.
Yes, let's get into it.
We are building the ultimate wedding website FAQ page. Because a stellar FAQ page is fundamentally a gift to yourself. It answers the questions before they even have to ask.
And doing this right means you get to save your energy for the moments and the decisions that actually matter. By the time we wrap up our conversation here, you will have the blueprint to ensure your phone stays blissfully, just completely quiet on your wedding morning.
The challenge, though, is that an FAQ page can easily turn into this massive unreadable novel if you aren't careful.
Oh, for sure.
Because nobody is going to read a 5-page terms and conditions document just to attend a wedding.
They absolutely will not. You don't need to write a novel. You really just need to follow the chronology of the guest experience.
Right, making it logical for them.
Yeah, because when a guest gets your invitation, they go through a very predictable logistical journey. If we map your FAQ to that journey, you only end up needing to cover, about 10 core categories.
10 seems manageable.
It is. Cover those 10, and you eliminate 95% of your pre-wedding text messages. Everything else is just a bonus.
So the journey begins the literal moment they open the envelope. The very first hurdle is figuring out how to respond and, what the baseline rules are.
Right. That first phase is all about boundaries and RSVPs. The first thing they need to know is the RSVP details.
Makes sense.
You must tell them exactly where to respond, whether that's a digital link or like a mailback card, what the absolute final deadline is, and how they should indicate their meal choices or dietary needs. The longer they have to search for that deadline, the more likely they are to miss it.
And right alongside the RSVP, they're immediately going to wonder about their own household, like who was actually invited.
Which brings us to the second and third categories, plus ones and children.
This is a tough one for a lot of couples.
It is, but for both of these, you just need to say it plainly. Do not dance around it with cute poems that leave room for interpretation.
Oh, the poems. I've seen so many of those.
We all have. People dance around the kid issue because they feel guilty, but ambiguity just breeds resentment.
Yeah, they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Exactly. But if it's an adults-only evening, just use warm but firm language. Something like, to allow all guests to relax and enjoy themselves, we have chosen to make our special day adults only.
That's perfect. It's polite, it gives a reason, and it leaves zero wiggle room.
Right. It also gives parents a heads up so they have plenty of time to book a babysitter.
So true. Now, the next immediate thought a guest has once they know they're going and who they're bringing is about the gift.
Yes. Gifts and registry is category number 4. This is where you clarify if you have a traditional registry, a honeymoon fund, or, a cash fund.
And guests actually want to be told what to do here, right?
They really do. There's this psychological barrier for some people when it comes to giving cash. They worry it feels impersonal or tacky.
Right. They want to give something meaningful.
Yeah, and your FAQ page smooths that over by basically giving them permission. A simple note saying, your presence is the greatest gift, but if you wish to contribute, we have set up a honeymoon fund, just removes all the anxiety.
It really relieves the pressure. So, okay, they have RSVP'd, they know who's coming, and they've sorted the gift.
Yeah.
Phase 2 of the guest journey has to be the packing panic.
Oh, the packing panic. The dress code. This is category number 5. And I'm going to say this as clearly as possible. Telling your guests the dress code is formal is essentially telling them nothing.
Nothing at all.
It is the ultimate source of guest anxiety, and honestly, the biggest mistake we see couples make.
Because the interpretation of formal varies wildly depending on who you ask.
Vastly. In your mind, formal might mean a stunning floor-length gown or a sharp tailored tuxedo. But to your college roommate,
Oh, I know where this is going.
his idea of formal is the absolute nicest pair of khakis he owns and a button-down shirt that he finally decided to iron.
The khaki benchmark is so real. I mean, I've seen that exact guy at a dozen weddings looking completely bewildered next to someone in a literal ball gown.
We have all seen him. So you have to use actionable wording that actually helps your guests. You want to be specific and give examples so they have confidence in what they're packing.
Can we use some concrete examples?
Yes, let's walk through some specific phrases you can literally copy and paste. If you want cocktail attire, you write, we'd love to see you in cocktail dresses, dressy separates, or suits. Ties welcome, but not required.
Adding that line about ties takes all the guesswork out for the men. They know the baseline expectation instantly.
Exactly. Now, what if you're doing garden formal?
That one sounds tricky.
It is, so you have to emphasize practicality here. You write, the ceremony is outdoors on grass, so block heels or wedges are highly recommended. Think summer dresses, linen suits, and dressy sandals.
Which is so helpful. You're saving them from sinking their expensive stilettos into the mud.
And saving the venue's lawn from getting aerated in the process.
Right. Now, what about black tie optional? Because that is the one that seems to confuse people the most. Optional just feels like a trap.
It totally feels like a trap. For black tie optional, you say, floor-length gowns and dark suits are welcome. A cocktail dress or a sport coat is perfectly fine too.
Oh, I like that. You're giving them the upper limit and the comfortable baseline.
Yes. And finally, if it is a casual celebration, just say, come comfortable and ready to dance. No need for formal wear. And you should probably clarify the pants situation. Say, jeans are fine if they are your nice dark denim.
That solves the style issue, but there's also the color minefield. I feel like guests are terrified of accidentally wearing the bridesmaids' colors or, worse, wearing a shade that photographs white.
Oh, the white dress panic. Handling colors requires very warm phrasing. You don't want to sound like a dictator issuing a uniform mandate.
Right. No demands.
You just say, we'd appreciate guests avoiding white and ivory so our wedding party colors can shine.
That's nice. It gives a gentle reason, and it's incredibly warm.
Exactly. The goal is to help your guests feel confident, so they aren't texting you a blurry mirror selfie at 11 o'clock the night before, asking if their dress is too pale.
God, yeah. Protect yourself from the midnight mirror selfies.
Please. So, okay, the bags are packed. Phase 3 of the guest journey is the actual travel. They need to know how to get there and where they're sleeping.
Which brings us to accommodations, category number 6.
Right. And for hotels, we use the rule of 3. Your hotel block information belongs in exactly 3 places.
3 places.
Yes. First, the FAQ page we are building right now. Second, the physical invitation insert or the direct link you send. And third, any specific out-of-town guest emails you send out.
Okay, that makes sense. Consistency.
It should be the exact same wording and the exact same link every single time. Include the hotel name, the group rate code, the cutoff deadline to book, and the nightly rate.
Say it once, link it everywhere. That completely prevents guests from claiming they couldn't find the information.
It does.
But traveling guests aren't just planning for a 4-hour reception. They're planning a whole trip, so they really need a timeline.
They do, which is category number 7, the weekend itinerary. And listen, it doesn't have to be a fancy designed graphic.
Sex.
Just the facts. A standard flow on your FAQ page saves everyone so much confusion. Friday, rehearsal at 5, rehearsal dinner at 7, Saturday, guest arrival by 4, ceremony at 4:30, dancing until 11, Sunday, farewell brunch at 10.
Having that all in one place is super helpful, but I can see a massive awkwardness potential here.
Oh.
Yeah, if you put the Friday rehearsal dinner on the public timeline, what stops a random +1 or like a distant cousin from seeing dinner at 7 p.m. and just showing up? Assuming it's a welcome party for everyone.
Oh, it is the absolute worst scenario. Nothing creates panic faster than uninvited guests wandering into an intimate family rehearsal dinner.
Exactly.
To avoid this, you must clearly label your events. If the dinner is limited, write invite only for the wedding party and immediate family.
Oh, that's clear.
Very clear. And if you're hosting a welcome drink afterward that everyone can attend, write welcome drinks at 9, open to all guests who'd like to join. Clear boundaries, warmly stated.
I love that.
And if the dress code shifts dramatically between events like, say, a formal reception on Saturday, but a super casual bagels and coffee brunch on Sunday, note that right next to the event on the timeline.
So helpful to know if I need to pack a second suit or just sweatpants.
Okay.
Phase 4. The day of the wedding, they're dressed, they're in town, they just need to get to the venue.
Category number 8. Date, time, and location. This seems so obvious, but you need the exact addresses with direct links to maps.
Yes. Don't make them Google it and guess which First Baptist church it is.
Exactly. And if your ceremony and reception are at 2 completely different venues, you must state that explicitly. People will absolutely drive to the reception hall for the ceremony if you don't spell it out for them.
Oh, for sure. And how do they actually get from the hotel to those venues? Because transportation is just a beast of a logistical challenge.
It's category number 9, parking and transportation. You have to answer the questions your guests won't even think to ask until they are literally standing in a dark parking lot at midnight.
Right, like how do I get home?
Yes. Are there shuttles from the hotel? What exact time do they leave? Is there a return shuttle? Where do rideshares like Uber and Lyft actually pick up?
Because a bottleneck with transportation doesn't just annoy guests, it creates a domino effect for the whole evening.
It really does.
The caterers can't get through, the photographer is stuck in traffic.
It stalls everything. Actually, we officiated a beautiful vineyard wedding a while back that perfectly illustrates
The
that.
gravel road one.
Yes. The venue was stunning, but it was located at the end of this very long, winding, narrow gravel road. And the couple knew that if Ubers and Lyfts tried to drive all the way up to the actual barn to drop people off, they'd meet the guests who were trying to drive in and park their own cars.
Two-way traffic on a one-lane gravel road.
A nightmare. A total gridlock waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's a disaster.
So, on their FAQ page, they put one single, highly visible sentence. Rideshare drop-off is at the main gate. Please do not drive up to the barn.
That was it.
That was it. One sentence. And it prevented at least a dozen confused drivers from causing a massive traffic jam. It saved the venue staff a huge headache, and the guests knew exactly what to expect. A short, beautiful walk from the gate, huge payoff for incredibly minimal effort.
It's all about setting the expectation before they arrive. But speaking of arriving, what about the timing of the ceremony itself?
Category number 10, arrival time.
This is a big one.
It is. Here's a universal truth of weddings based on years of observing guests. Guests will consistently arrive either 45 minutes early and just wander around the property while you're trying to take private photos.
Or they'll arrive exactly 15 minutes late as you're literally walking down the aisle.
Exactly. There's no in-between. You need to tell them the exact time you want them seated in their chairs.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Okay, go for it.
If I put a strict arrival time of 4 o'clock for a ceremony that actually starts at 4:30, aren't I just going to have guests complaining that they're sitting in the hot sun or a quiet room for half an hour with nothing to do?
That is a very fair point, and it's why you don't just leave them sitting in silence. You tell them on the FAQ, doors open at 4 o'clock. Please enjoy a pre-ceremony refreshment and find your seat by 4:20 as the processional will begin promptly at 4:30.
Oh, so you host the waiting period.
Yes. You give them the buffer, but you host them during that buffer with water, maybe some acoustic music, so it feels intentional, not like they're just stuck in a waiting room.
That makes a lot of sense. You manage their time respectfully. Now, putting all this incredibly detailed information out there, exact locations, timelines, hotel block codes, it brings up a pretty significant security issue, doesn't it?
It definitely can.
You're putting a massive amount of sensitive information on this website. You probably don't want the entire internet having access to exactly where you'll be and when.
Absolutely not. You have to protect your peace, and that means protecting your pages. Your wedding website really has two faces. a public face and a private face.
Okay, break that down.
The public pages are things like your beautiful engagement story, the general date, the city you're getting married in, and the dress code. Those can be open to anyone who happens to stumble across the link.
Because there's nothing sensitive or actionable there for a stranger.
Right. But the guest-only pages, that is where you put the full weekend itinerary, the shuttle schedules, the registry links, the RSVP forms, and the hotel blocks. You must password protect those pages.
Or else what happens?
If you don't, random internet traffic or bots can actually eat up your reserved hotel rooms by clicking the links, or worse, uninvited people could figure out exactly where your reception is and just show up.
Wow. Okay, so on the password protection, how complex does this need to be? Are we talking capital letters, numbers, and special symbols to keep the bots out?
Please no. Do not do that to your great aunt trying to log in on her tablet.
Right, keep it simple.
The password should be incredibly easy to type on a smartphone. Use your wedding date, a combined last name, or just a short, sweet phrase. The key isn't a complex password. The key is how you share it.
Which is?
Never put the website password in a public Instagram caption or Facebook post. Put it on the physical invitation, on the printed RSVP card, or in direct personal emails to your actual guest lists.
It keeps the sensitive details solely in the hands of the people who actually need them.
Exactly. Now, there is one final crucial element to all of this. Even with the most bulletproof FAQ page in the world, someone is going to lose their invitation, forget the password, or just panic on the morning of the wedding.
It's inevitable.
They are going to reach out. So who should be listed as the contact person on the website when that happens?
Well, I imagine the instinct for most couples is just to put their own cell number because they're used to being the project managers of the event.
That is the instinct, and it is the fastest way to ruin your morning. Not you. I'm going to say that as emphatically as I can. Not you.
Message received.
The contact person must be one specific name of someone else. A trusted wedding party member, a parent, a wonderfully organized sibling. Give them the title of day of contact, put their number on the FAQ page, and protect your peace. Your phone stays tucked away in a bag in the getting ready room.
I imagine you also have to manage the people around you, right? Like telling your bridal party to stop forwarding those logistical questions directly to you anyway?
Yes, that is a huge practical tip for those final chaotic weeks leading up to the day. You need to train your wedding party to be your bouncers.
Bouncers. I like that.
Tell your bridesmaids, your groomsmen, your family, if someone asks you a logistics question, send them to the website first. Do not ask me. You have to train your people gently because most guests will text a bridesmaid before they will bother to scroll a web page unless someone kindly redirects them.
And you have to make sure the website is actually right. If the venue suddenly adjusts the arrival window by 15 minutes and you don't update the FAQ, the texts are just going to multiply because the guests are getting conflicting information.
Keeping it updated is essential. If a shuttle moves, fix the site before you start telling individual people. The FAQ is only a magical tool if the information on it is current.
Makes sense.
And throughout all of this, just keep the tone warm. This is still your wedding. It's a celebration of love, not a corporate HR manual.
Right. No terms and conditions.
Exactly. A simple line like, "We can't wait to celebrate with you," belongs on the FAQ page just as much as your parking instructions do.
It balances the logistics with the actual heart of the weekend.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, if you do nothing else today, focus on these 3 core actions.
Let's hear them.
First, draft those top 10 FAQ categories based on the guest journey, prioritizing clear arrival times and specific, actionable dress code wording so your college roommate knows what to wear.
No khakis.
Second, lock down the password protection for your sensitive guest-only pages to keep your timelines and hotel blocks safe. And third, assign your designated day of contact person right now and put their name on the site immediately.
Claiming your peace of mind early, it makes a massive difference in how you experience the actual wedding day.
It really does. And I want to leave you with one final provocative thought. A mindset shift, really.
Okay.
When that phone does start buzzing in the days leading up to your wedding, I want you to know that it is perfectly okay. In fact, it is an act of self-care to reply to a text with one simple phrase. Great question. It's all on our website under the FAQ.
It probably feels weird to say at first, maybe a little dismissive, but it is so necessary for survival.
Building this comprehensive website isn't about pushing your friends and family away. It's about fiercely protecting your time and your mental energy.
Absolutely.
Because when you do that, when guests do finally reach out to you on the wedding weekend or when you're greeting them at the welcome dinner, the conversation can actually be about excitement and memories and love.
Not logistics.
Not a 20-minute debate about whether they can wear open-toed shoes on the grass. Protect your time, build the FAQ, and enjoy your morning.
Love it.
For more deep dives, you can always visit us at youhadme@ido.com. We will see you next time.
You've been listening to Planning Your I Do from You Had Me at I Do. Show notes, planning help, and ceremony support are at youhadmeatido.com/podcast. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and send it to a bride friend who needs answers instead of more stress at 2 in the morning. Thanks for listening.